What's in the bag? Well, that's going to be the title of today's episode. What's in the bag? Well, anyway, good morning. Magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. If you remember in yesterday's episode, we said we wanted to add something into yesterday's episode, but we just couldn't get it in on time, so we decided to move it to today's episode. And it's what's in that bag. It's a small project for something in the backyard. Of course, it seems like everything is like for a project in the backyard. There's always something that's going on in the backyard here. Well, let's go ahead and get today's episode started. And without further delay, let's get today's video underway. As I said, today's episode is going to be what's in the bag. This is actually something I ordered on Lazada, and it's for the garden in the back, as I alluded to in yesterday's episode. Let's go ahead and open this up, and I just want to show you. This is a very simple, small project for today. If you remember, we have lots of strawberry plants all over our yard, and I have a few strawberry bunches that's inside the raised bed garden that I need to get out, because if I leave them in the raised bed garden, it will take over the raised bed garden. I will have nothing but strawberry plants in the raised bed garden. Although some of our strawberry plants inside the other little island beside the swimming pool, they're starting to yield some strawberries right now. And I'll get a chance to show you those, hopefully, this afternoon. Anyway, in the bag, I decided to get some hanging baskets. And it's like a combo. When you go on Lazada, they always bag these things up. It's so difficult sometimes to open these things, which is a good thing because they bag them very, very well so nothing gets damaged. Hopefully nothing's damaged in here. Anyway, if you go on Lazada and you order hanging baskets, you have to be really careful because sometimes it's just a basket filler inside. Will be something like cocoa peat that they'll put on the inside. Or it might just be the basket, the wire basket with nothing on the inside but the wire. But I ordered this, you can see this, I ordered this on Lazada. When I talk about the cocoa peat, that's this brown stuff on the inside here, and the wire basket is on the outside. So what I have here, I ordered some, and I think, if I remember correctly, I think these are 10-inch, I think these are 10-inch baskets. And I thought these would be perfect to put some strawberry plants inside here and hang them from some of the bamboo on the raised bed garden to give it a little bit of an attractive appearance and at the same time get them out of my raised bed garden. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back into the garden and put some of the soil and some of the plants inside here and see what it looks like hanging up in our raised bed garden. Well, there you have it. This project is done. It's a very small project and what I call chunking. Do a little bit every now and then when everything gets done, it seems like a lot of stuff is done, but you did a little bit at a time. I like chunking things. That's something that Ness taught me. As you can see, all of the strawberry planters, hanging baskets, they're in place. This one, I used a bunch of little pieces because I didn't have any big chunks like I had on the rest of these that were inside the ground. You see the mist coming down. It's probably getting mist on the lens of the camera right now, but the mist is actually helping, and it'll make it very easy for the watering. Let me get back around here. The watering on a daily basis. You see the mist that comes down from our little misters here, and I won't have to do it with the hose or anything like that, so that should help. Now the good thing about these type of hanging baskets that have the cocoa peat for the holder on the inside is you can't overwater these things, because once the water gets too much in there, like you'll see over here, the water will just filter right through. It'll drain. It's got really good drainage. You can see, so this one has a really bad stream and it's just filling up inside here. But that's okay. Like I said, as soon as I turn off the water, all of these will drain. And the key to healthy plants is water and then let it dry. Water, then let it dry. Too dry is bad and too much water is bad, because too much water, you'll get problems with the roots inside. They'll get like bacteria and root disease. So there we go. Now before I close for today, there's a question that I'm sure is going to come up, because people will look at some of the things that I'm doing here and ask questions later on in the comment section, and that's okay. I'll try to head them off if I think I know what the question is going to be. And one of the questions I think that's going to come about is that pot that I was using to stir up and mix some of the soil that went inside the planters. Somebody's going to say, what was inside that pot? Now that was my own little mixture that was inside that pot. I added some of the earth, the garden soil that's inside there, and I mixed that with a little bit of the compost I'm working on. The compost is still not ready, but it's broken down enough that it will still be breaking down. There's probably a lot of nitrogen inside there. So I just put a little bit of my compost in with some garden soil, and then I added a little bit of 14-14-14 fertilizer, and I sprinkled just a little bit of that inside there, so it will give the roots a head start to jumping into action again and making sure that those plants are green. You can do that with any type of plant or tree, vegetables inside your garden. A little bit of good soil, a little bit of nutrient like 14-14-14, or even if you have something like, even if you don't have 14-14-14, if you have something like that's very high in nitrogen, you can add that. But normally what nitrogen will do will cause it to grow very quickly, and it won't promote some of the other things that make your trees, especially trees and citrusol, very healthy. They need those other nutrients inside there other than nitrogen. You don't want that full spurt. Well, that's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, as short as it might have been. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MPID Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed, and you'll be notified if you ring that bell the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, from right here in the Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right, and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.